Okay, hang on. Still trying to set something up. Yep, still trying to set something up here. Okay, is this thing on? Is everything on? I think everything's on. Okay, let's do this. I'm now attempting to build a Pursa Wendell i3 Reprap with acrylic parts. And well, let's hope I don't break anything much. But I guess for this initial thing, I would most likely not break anything right now. Let me just double check on whether my audio, everything is okay. Okay, let me just bring up the build manual. I'm now gonna attempt to double check my audio. Check my audio here first to make sure it's okay. Just need to make sure all the sound is recording properly. Okay, let's get to it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the motors into the acrylic mounts. I already got all the screws and everything ready, so it looks simple enough. They didn't mention any particular orientation for the motor, but except that there's a little keyhole in the acrylic plate which I should need to align to the outside area, which I think I need to align to the outside area. Doesn't Isn't very clear about everything, but okay. So I'll first screw in the screws. Just use my hands for initial insertion. Okay, so that's top part. That's one. Repeat for the other side. Well, at least the plate's keyed to the motor's outer rim, so you know when you got an exact fit. So I guess that's a good thing. But I have a feeling I should probably keep it a bit loose so that I can do some adjustments later. Okay, so that's for the main plate. Then I'm supposed to put this in to the side like an anchor here, and then I'm supposed to insert a screw in along with the nut along with a little nut to anchor it on the side. That's actually kind of difficult. Let's see. The nut just fell in. Great. Yep, the small size of the nut makes it a bit difficult and clumsy to hold. Yikes. Okay, gonna need some tweezers. The kit came with a pack of little tools. So there's a little tight tweezer here that I guess I can use to hold the nut in place while I attempt to screw it in. Okay. So where were we? Interesting. I can actually screw it in first before putting the code in. Okay, so let me just do that now. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna hold it in with the tweezers. So I can screw in. I'm gonna still have to hold the nut. This probably isn't going to be too tight if I don't keep holding the nut in while I tighten it. I wonder if it's supposed to be a bit loose. But then again, it's just one hole like that. So it probably is just for some, it's just to hold it in place and not supposed to be too rigid a connection yet. Either that or I'm doing it wrong. Left and right it and then hold on the left. So the guy who is in the one M3 screw with M3, I don't know. The problem is I'm actually talking to the guy who sold me the kit, so mirror for the right hand side. So I guess this is probably the right hand side. Well, problem is I don't know what is an M3. So basically what I did was I just took the screw that fits the hole and I put it in. I'm not really sure whether it's an M3 or not. And actually it's a bit crooked. There's a small nut and a medium sized nut. So the small nut fits this very long screw. So is that an M3? Cause all I did was I managed to get it in like this, and it goes in. Well, orientation is not the problem. The problem is whether or not the screw is in straight or not. I don't have a problem in the orientation, I think. Is this plate supposed to be very tight or slightly loose? Actually, I think what I figured out is I can actually just mm-hmm. So this one, the holes on the right side, looks like the camera got mirrored. So that's supposed to be like that. Right side. Right hand take side bracket and fit through the square. I'm just trying to figure out an easier way to put the nut and screw in. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna put it in like this then. Just gonna do whatever works for me, I guess. Okay, now I got one of these things. So it's basically a little mount that goes into the side. This is the Z-axis motor. And I've just been sent some instructions on how to do it. La, 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 la. That's a big screw. Did I just use the wrong screw? 1, 2, 3. But there aren't enough nuts. I only have 1, 2. I only have 2 of those big nuts that's in the picture. Whereas the smaller nuts, I have more of the smaller nuts. I only have 2 of these medium-sized nuts. I guess I'm gonna have to ask for some assistance. I'll just send a picture. Retake. Okay. Could these fit? Oh, these actually would have fit. So they installed the wrong one here, but I don't have enough nuts. I don't have enough nuts. Smaller nut. There are only 2 M3 nuts in my bag. Yep, I only got 2. Unless they happen to be in here, which they are not. I only have 2 of these M3s. And I have a lot of these M2s. Yep. Yep. I guess that's a problem here then. Joy. So I'm gonna take this out and I'll have to work on the y-axis bit first. Well, that's a very big issue now, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna have to work on the x-axis bit first because these I've been given insufficient nuts. No, I don't have a lot of nuts. I mean, the only nuts I have here are they were all in this bag. 2 pieces. It's not like you got stuck on the motor or anything. They were all inside this bag. The smaller bag was inside this big bag. And I only have a small little amount of nuts. So it's not a lot. There's definitely less than 10 here. I have a picture. Okay, everything is in this small bag. Okay. Looks like I can only build one of these, so might as well build one of them. So these are M3s. These slightly bigger ones are M3s. So they go in and they look much correct. Yep, they feel like they should be in there. Try to slide the nut into the middle first. Then only screw it in. Okay, much tighter, much better than the one when there's a problem. Feels much better. Great. Uh, hmm. Interesting how the friction of the pressing it on makes the acrylic ones bend a little, but I guess the frame should make sure that it's straight. I'll take a picture for posterity's sake. Okay, so looks like I can build the motor part already. I can only build one of these since the screws are incorrect. I'll have to build the exact plate then. XY. No, Y axis. Confused about all the dimensions. My light fell down. Okay, let's build the Y-axis bit then. Okay, I guess I'll just build the Y bit. So attempt to do that. Okay, nut B4. I guess those are these things. So since they fit the rods, 12. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12 nuts, 12 washers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, Y corners, rod E3 times 2, rod E5 times 2. What's E3 and what's E5? Okay, so smooth rods on Y-axis, E5. Well, I wish they would say which one it is. E3 times 2, E5 times 2. Threaded rods, E3, E5. Oh, this is a long one. Well, I wish the manual would say what's the actual measurements for these. What's it called? Hello? Okay. Back again. Okay, again, wondering which to use here. I'm supposed to take the hang on. Here. Okay. So take these one of these rods and thread a nut and 2 washers into the thread the nut B4 into the one C2 and thread another nut to its half. 450 should be 4405. Okay. Double checking the length. 450 used with 405 smooth rod. So this too. Okay. So slip a nut in. Damn, there must be an easier way than this is the easiest way to just slip a nut in. Why does it spin in faster? Come on. Okay, there's two washers as well as a nut and another nut in. I must just spin them both together to not waste my effort later. Okay, spinning it like this seems to be a slightly faster. I'm just holding the nut again, the bar against my body, and then drilling it in. I guess I'm supposed to get it somewhere near the middle, but not exactly first. Basically, I have until 5:30 to try and do this. Then I'll wrap it up for today. Okay, so that's one set. Then for the other one, similarly repeat for another rod. Okay, so now I'm going to repeat it for the other bar. Slide nut in. Some reason this end seems to be a bit harder to slide. This bar seems to have some issues sliding the nut in from that end.
Wait it's a band.
Slide 2 washers in. Another nut. And same thing, I'm gonna hold the assembly like this, and then I'm just gonna turn the rod through. I feel this is the fastest way to do this. Because turning it by hand doesn't seem to be doing that much. Turning the nuts. So turning the rod here seems to be better. Especially when I just hold it like this and then just turn it in. Feels like I'm achieving it much faster. It's not in the middle yet. God damn it. B4. Check another nut. B4. Then check another. Oh, these instructions look a bit weird as well. Tell my tablet to not go to sleep. Okay. Okay. That's that. Then we're supposed to screw in the end stops. So it's one nut and then a washer on the one end, and then a nut and washer again on the other end. Okay. Now I'm supposed to the corner into the parts and slip. So I'm supposed to insert the corner cuts in. So I'm going to put it in here. And of course they don't want to go in properly. Ugh. Looks like I'm gonna screw this in. Since it's printed, I can only hope that it doesn't break apart much. Okay. Then put this in here like this, but I'm gonna leave room for adjustment, so I shouldn't do anything to it yet. Gah. Always feels a bit tricky when you have to like, since in the other, in the manual it says that you just push these parts in, but obviously I can't. And since it's printed, I don't want to exert too much force on it because it might just break the whole thing up into pieces. Ugh, feels tight. Okay, that's one end. Definitely gonna need to adjust that. Keep the tools I'm not using so the kids don't play with them. Okay, screw this in. Okay, two corner pieces are okay, and it's not really ready yet. I need to put in a nut on the other side. Okay, now I probably need to measure this a bit. Place the rod into the corner parts. Huh. I what? Hmm. So is it saying that these rods are supposed to be exactly the right size? Because I don't think my rods are exactly the right size. $405 mm. Oh dear, looks like the rods are. Doesn't seem like it's the right length. Hmm? They say insert the smooth rod into the corner, but I can't do it. Hmm. Okay, I'm trying to insert the thing into the hole like that, but it's not working. It's actually going to be very hard to fine tune later. Because I can't insert the. I can't move the thing through the rods. They're pretty tight. Basically, the problem right now here is that I can't bang the thing in, and I can't insert it in as well. Okay, so asking for some help again. So basically, do I push it in? Do I push it in like this? Or do I bang it in from the top? The heck? So the question is, do I push it in like this? Or do I try to bang it in from the top? Okay. Oh boy. Well, I can't. The rods don't want to just rest on the thing. That's interesting. I feel I'm gonna break something if I just keep forcing it in. That would be interesting. Then will not work properly. It says. Okay, this one is a bit more difficult. And technically, if I can't get through this, I probably will have to call it a day. I can't push it in. So that's interesting. Can push it in. Can bang it in. Okay. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, so I think I have to call it a day first for now. Until I can figure out how to deal with this. Okay. I need to go handle my kids anyway. Ciao.